house. I call her. I call her. Okay, Lady Teresa. So please, um, we're gonna have a great show, and we do have some three wonderful guests here in the studio, and who does some great thing in this community. Who give a lot back, a lot of sacrifice. I'm gonna give her an opportunity to also introduce herself, and she's here with her staff. Okay, is overdue because I've been trying to get her in the studio, but the time frame's always not. So today, she made a very good sacrifice to be here with me. Before I started, I just wanted to. There's some highlight we're gonna go over with the election, the local special election that happened in District 15 and 40. Okay, and also the New York race, and after that, but I'm going to be spending time with the guests, so I just want to let people know that in advance. And we have Sister Warrior at home, Streamline, and we have Dr. White. He's on his way, and we'll have Twan here in the studio with us. Sister Warrior, hello, how are you?
Hello, boy. Hello, family. Hi, Miss Marie. Sorry. Miss Maggie. I'm sorry. How are you?
Great. How are you?
Well, it's really good to see you. I didn't even know you were going to be there.
Oh,
If I knew, I would have tried to be there in person with you.
that's all right.
You know you're not going to drive in that rain.
Yeah, that's true too. Well, I'm happy to be here. Like Voice say, there's a lot happening. We've got lots to talk about, and I'm excited for the conversation. I mean, we've got the race in New York. We've got our own local races. I mean, lots has happened. So
we got
I'm
the big,
pumped for
beautiful
it.
bucks, the bunker buster bomb in Iran. So we're gonna talk a lot.
It's a lot. It's a lot.
There's a
So
lot to dissect.
I'm ready for it. Let's get it.
Let's get it. But Amania, first we're gonna start with the race of the special election
Yeah.
for District 15. So let me say this to Coretta, who ran a very great race for first time running for office. I just want to say hello to her team. Her husband, Mert, did a wonderful job. Was a wonderful candidate for the Senate seat, District 15. But as we see, Orlando again is missing out a good opportunity, misrepresented this 15. Coretta was a phenomenal candidate. My hat goes to her, and she had a good team with her. So I just want to congratulate her, and this is hopefully she'll come back again for the next round. I'm not happy with the result. When you have you had the two Bracy, the brothers and the sisters. The sisters like a beast, woke ideology. So this is not what we need. Again, Central Florida is a missed opportunity to be elected a great candidate. Fortunately, she came out short, but that's part of life.
So I'm in agreement with you, Voy, that hey Jeff. Tap him, tell him I'm saying hello.
He hear you.
He hear me.
Yeah.
So I'm in agreement with you there that this community lost out on having somebody who is not a part of the machine, who is not a part of the establishment. She may be Democrat, yes, but obviously her thought.
She's a common sense Democrat, and that's not what the speakers did. She's a common sense Democrat.
And what I'm feeling is that the community has really lost out on putting in a leader who has proven that she is a community leader. Look at the work that she's been doing in the community for 20 years with her own law firm and representing the people. So the community lost out by once again putting in another Bracy who I feel does not even deserve this opportunity because she left her post that she was just recently elected to. She left her post to go and get promoted when she was not deserving of it. But the people did vote. Again, this is a democracy. The people have every right to vote. And so they did that. But again, it is a disservice to them because, again, you keep hitting your head against the wall, expecting different results. But friends, you're not going to get any results when you keep putting in the same people who's not doing anything for you and your community.
Absolutely. And the turnout was pretty low. 7,000 people voted. Wow.
Yeah, it was a special election. So we do understand we're not in an election cycle. We're not in an election year. But, you know, with all of the advertisement and the billboards everywhere, the news, everybody, there should have been a better turnout. Again, Geraldine Thompson was a big name in the community who'd been in there forever, decades. I think she probably put the buildings together, but I'm just saying, with her passing, people who know that, okay, she was our representative, she's passed on. So we're going to be looking for new representation. So obviously that community should have been more abreast, more aware, and more active in the process of getting somebody new. So yeah, the turnout was very, very low. Even though Coretta Anthony Smith did well with her numbers, overall, it just, I don't know what that whole community numbers look like, but overall, yeah, it was very low turnout. Not a good look at all.
When you look at the result, by having a Democrat supervisor of election, you know how I feel about having a Democrat supervisor election.
Oh boy.
Because
be careful now. Be careful now.
No. So when I look at the early voting and the mail-in vote by mail for LaVon Bracey at 1,400, and that's pretty stunning with a total 7,000 people voted. So 1,400 people was already voted early, and vote by mail. I don't know why on a special election that we have people voting by mail. We got to get rid of this nonsense.
Yeah,
because that's how the Democrat cheat. That's why they don't want voter ID. That's what they want any voter integrity. So, and early voting, LaVon Bracey had 1,600. Coretta, about 1,000 folks vote early. And the day of voting, LaVon, 2,400 people voted. So she had a total 5,533 with 42%. So what do you make of this early voting?
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I don't think it's even necessary to do that. Again, I live at 1 day voting. That's where I live. 1 day voting. There's no need for all of this extra. In the beginning, that vote by mail was for people who wanted to vote but were out of town, or they were, servicemen and so on. Now they've made it a norm. It's not a norm. 1 day voting is where we should live. So anyway, because of that, it opens it up so much that there's room for shenanigans and foolishness. And we see this at every election, and especially at the local level. We all know this. Nobody's saying anything that's not true here. We all know this. How do you call them, Voy? The brokers?
Ballot manager brokers.
The ballot managers.
Nursing home. That's what they do.
Yes. So they've been busy because we all know the machine holds those people in their pockets. So when somebody like a LaVon Bracey, we're not even talking about the brother now.
I told you, watch out the mail-in voting.
Yeah.
I told you, and I told Coretta too.
Yeah. Well, we tell every candidate to be aware, because this is how it goes down. This is how it happens, just like that. All of a sudden, you think you got a shot, that mail-in voting come through, and you're done for. And so that's exactly what happened here, because the machine, the Democrat machine, whatever you want to call it, the Bracey machine, that's what happened here, and nobody else had a chance.
What do you think is going to happen to Randy now, since he's been cast out the family here?
Oh, honey, I think he's cast out and castrated at the same time. It's sad. It's very sad.
You think he's done with politics?
Look, let me lay this out like this.
Go ahead. Lay it out, sister. Let me lay it out.
So it's a disgrace. I'm going to just say, here is a man, right? He was representing that very district, right? He was the senator of that district for how many terms? At least twice.
Yeah.
Right? So here he comes running again. He ran against with Geraldine Thompson, God rest her in peace, and he couldn't get it done. And now here he comes running again against his sister. Let's be clear that he was running before his sister decided to do this. So we're gonna give him his dues there. But to see his numbers where Coretta Smith did so much better than he did in this, you would think, well, how is that so? When he had the seat before, people put him in before. What is the problem now? When his numbers were so low, I don't know how many came out for him, but his numbers were really, really low compared to somebody new coming in.
Well, he had 12%. So Alan Grayson did better than him.
Yeah, The Walking Dead.
He didn't even campaign.
And he calls himself, he's the son of Orange County? I mean, Bracy, the son, right?
Do you think because it was all the negative impact, and then you see the voters went out and support the sister with all the family feud, what's going on? Yeah, like I said to me, if you can get along with your family, how are you going to represent me? So it was very simple for me.
Well, in my thoughts, Voy, the sister has them all. The sister's got the churches. She's got the machine. She's got Mama Bracy. All you need is Mama Bracy to get it done, because she's the one who orchestrates everything. And she said she's against her son, and so the daughter is it. But again, I think the people did themselves a disservice putting her in with all this family drama. It's really not needed. They need somebody to represent them, and all you're going to get is more drama from the Bracys. This was the opportunity to break loose.
Any more political future for Randy? Is this going to get the support, or now are they going to sit down together trying to figure this out?
I'll say this. I think it's time for him to retire his political thing and go back to making movies.
Okay. We have Dr. White. Dr. White, how are you, Dr. White?
I'm doing very, very well. Sister Warrior, Brother Voy, the judge, and we have a number of people here tonight. So I'd like to welcome them.
Miss Maggie.
Mrs. Maggie and Brother
Rudy,
and
Denise.
Sister Denise. We have a full house and a beautiful house. We're just beautiful people. But going to what Sister,
let me hear your feedback.
Black don't crack. What are you talking about?
You weren't debating.
Black don't crack, man. We just look. The older we get, the better we look. Look at Sister there. Yeah. What are you talking about? All right, okay, I got you. Look at him. Jeff is the king of New York. People don't know that. He's the king of New York, and he's getting younger and younger every time I see him.
We were talking about the election, the special election. So
we were
talking about the result the other day together.
Well, it's very interesting that Miss Bracy, she won. She had about 40% of the vote, I believe. 55. And then I think Sister Smith, that's her name. She came up with about 24% of the vote. Then Gracie. I think Grayson, he had about 12%, and the little Bracy had about 7%.
I love the way you say little Bracy.
The little Bracy. But the bigger issue is that only 5,000 people voted. Seven? You sure? Yeah. On a good day. Well, that's not too many in itself. So therefore, the indictment is really about that.
Way, we got to be careful because these people, they're going to represent a district that have 123,000.
That's the problem.
And it's just they're going to make decisions when you have LaVon Bracy, who's a baby killer, who pro-abortion, and think drag queen is an art.
Yeah. You see the problem. Yeah, the problem is that if you don't like that.
And then going to this black church and promoting this. And still got in.
But the people did not, her competitors did not bring those things up. You see, if they don't bring it up, then that means it doesn't exist.
That's another thing. You cannot be nice running an election with social-radical Democrat. I'm sorry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I'm sorry. I see what's happening in New York, throughout the country. No, you gotta. And there was only one debate.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, so the whole element is that if you're going to run, and if you're going to be part of this, and if you're going to be a competitor against the people who are not saying the right thing, you got to be strong and God-centered to bring those issues up. You can't be afraid. I mean, because it's not being a coward. If you're quiet, then you're a coward.
Okay.
And we have to lighten up.
Sister Warrior, let me ask you this. What's going to happen in the general election, which is going to be September 2nd? LaVon Bracey is going against Willie Montagnier, and District 40, Rashawn Young is going to go against Tuan Lee. We know the word on the street already. Are two Republican. So they feel like there should not even be a general election on the Democratic side. So my question to you, what's going to happen to the Bracey voters, the little brother, like
The little brother.
like
Well,
that? Do you think those voters going to go support a Republican? What is going to happen to the Alan Grayson voters? So if you tally those numbers, so it will be close, or do you think more people will be enthusiastic to vote on the general election? Because the word on the street, once again, the Democrat want them to focus on the midterm, and not because they already been talking about it. Put all the energy on the midterm, because they feel like the two candidate, the Republican, that they got this district made, which was about 75% voted for Kamala Harris.
yeah. I hear you, Voy. And what I would say to those voters, obviously I'm on the conservative side, so I think that Willie and Tuan Lee definitely have a fight on their hands. But I think if they can really cater to those voters who did come out and vote, those Alan Grayson voters, those Baby Bracey voters, if they could really cater to those people, maybe we can have a shift. I don't know if they can win it, but I think they could persuade these people to vote for them. And if they can get the Republicans out, it might be worth the fight. And I know that on the other side, they believe that after yesterday's election, or after it was done on Tuesday, that, it's done. LaVon Bracey is going to sashay her derriere into the seat because, there's no fight on the other side. But I would urge the Republicans to really take this opportunity to bring the fight and say, you know what, I think you believe that you already won this, but we're going to make you fight for it. And so I say the same thing for District 40 with Tuan Lee and Willie Montague. They're going to have to step it up. They're going to have to really, really come forth with a real fight and say, we're not jokes in this thing. We have something to offer to the people, and we're going to, cater to them and try to get these votes and get it done. That's my thought.
You see, what I think, Sister Warrior, is that Willie and Lee, they have to go to the new base. I mean, we just concluded that only 7,000 plus voted in this election. And I don't know, I don't have the numbers for the other. Okay, but very, very small at that. So therefore, there's another base out there.
There is.
All right, hit this larger base, the ones who are not voting, the ones who are saying that their issues are not being met. Willie and Lee have to take it that way. Stop fighting over peanuts where you have avocados out there, all right? A much better fruit, you see, and they will come out if they have something to come out for. And I would tell Willie and Lee, you cannot be passive.
Right.
If you just walk around and kind of say, well, I'm a Trump guy, you have to have your own voice. And you have to be tough. I mean, the one person,
He's a Republican.
well, the point is that you have to have your own voice. You just can't rely on the front ticket. You have to say something to the general public that this is why I am running. This is why you should support me. This is what I'm bringing. So therefore, if Bracy or what's his name, Trevon, Rashawn, if they're saying something that is out of line, you got to hit them with it. All right, stop waiting because things are too critical. I mean, they both have a district where you have high Black male unemployment. Hit it. They both are in a district whereby our young girls are having, by the age of 21, they have already had 3 or 4 abortions. Hit it. We live in a district whereby the Black women have the highest rate of cancer. Hit it. If you don't know these issues, learn about these issues and hit them with the issues, because the Democratic Party, they've been sitting on this and just giving you chicken dinners and smiling and saying we promise to bring something. While our people are starving, our people are dying, our people are unemployed, our people are in need for real leadership. So therefore, those issues have to be hit hard.
I agree with you, Dr. White, but we're going to move on with our guests because I know they got a piece of the. We're going to come back to politics now. We're going to come back with the rest of the show.
These beautiful ladies in here, just sit back. What are you talking about?
Well, we have the CEO, Miss Maggie, from the Daily Bread Distribution Center here, and she does a lot of great work here in Orlando. She's been around more than 20 years?
25.
25 years? Okay.
Mhm.
So, and she also, believe it or not, I don't know if I could say this in the air though.
Don't say it. If you question it, don't say it.
She have an interest in politics. That's all I got to say.
Beautiful.
An interest in running for office.
Oh.
I said don't say it.
Leave it to Voy. Let the cat out of the bag.
I know. That's all I have to say. Well, welcome to our show, Political Flashback. Miss Maggie is glad to call you a friend, and thank you for all your help, and thank you for being a great servant in this community. You and Rudy. Rudy, he's kind of like the techno guy here. You control everything. So, and Miss Denise, thank you. She's not on the mic, but she makes sure that Miss Maggie got complete backup on the show.
Thank you for having
Go
us.
ahead, you have the mic.
Thank you. Well, I want to say hi to the community and thank you to Voy for having us on the show today. It's a pleasure and a privilege to be here as we're getting ready to embark our biggest event ever, which is a gala that we're having on August 9th, celebrating our 25th year anniversary, 25 years of existence, helping the community, making sure that food gets on tables of those that are in need, helping in whatever capacity that we can. You know, we serve food every day to this community.
Hold on. Talk about the organization a little bit, what you do, the name of it, and most of the churches you help out around here in Central Florida, and how long you've been doing this, and what make you guys so passionate about getting involved?
Well, the name of the organization is Daily Bread Distribution Center, and I can tell you that I didn't choose this work.
Okay.
This work chose me.
That's why you love it.
Amen.
Yeah. So my parents used to do it, and I thought they were nuts. And here I am doing it.
Okay.
I must be nuts.
And also, and where you from? What's your nationality? What?
I'm of
what's
Haitian descent.
Haitian descent. What
Mhm.
part?
Port-au-Prince.
Port-au-Prince.
Mhm.
Okay. How long you been in Orlando?
Since 82.
82. You come here as a young girl.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. What age? She don't want to tell us her
We're
age.
not doing that.
I'm not gonna guess.
To be that
So
rude.
because you say you watch your parents
Come on.
doing it, so what make your parents starting doing this? Was it a need for the Haitian community because you help mostly you involved with a lot of community?
Right.
Okay.
Right. My parents helped anyone in need,
Okay.
not just the Haitian community. If there was a need and they could help, they would address it.
Okay.
And we were called to tag along at every time, so we didn't have a choice. So I saw how they did it, and here we are doing it on a higher level, higher scale, of course, but here we are following in their footprints.
So 25 years. How many kids you have?
I have 4 children.
4 children. The kids
Happily
involved,
married.
well involved in
Yes.
the organization,
Organization.
and that's a
Yes.
nonprofit.
Yes, it's a
Okay.
nonprofit.
501c3.
Yes.
Okay, so if people want to donate, contribute to how they do that.
They can go to our website. Our website is very easy to follow: www.dailybreaddc.org. Just log in and they can donate however they feel like donating, whether it's in kind or monetary. They want to donate some time, volunteering. They can donate in
Okay,
every
if a
way.
church want to partner with you, how the church partner? If there's also other nonprofit organization that's have a 501c3, how could they partner with you?
Okay, that they could do also from our website. And one of the problems that we have right now is that our organizations are saying that we have too much food.
Okay,
So we need more churches. We need to share the food with more churches. Our doors are open. Go to our website again, dailybreaddc.org, and fill out the application, send in an inquiry. We will answer as soon as we can so that you can join our organization, be a partner of Daily Bread.
okay. Let me turn to Rudy. Rudy, hello. How are you doing? I hope we didn't bombarded you too much.
No, not at all.
Because you say you listen to me, so you already
Yes,
knew.
I've listened to
You already knew what you was getting into.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I've listened to you.
What is your mission over at Daily Bread? And I know that you're here for something very special, not just keeping up with all the tasks, with all the geek work here. So
Listen, the engine is in the geek work.
the engine's in the
Yeah.
geek work. Go ahead and give us a little bit of background about yourself, what you do with Daily Bread, because I know you're the man with the brain out. So
Well, first off, thank you for having me. Wonderful to be here. Funny thing, I knew of Miss Maggie for maybe less than a year because
Okay.
I really didn't know much about her. And I was introduced to her formally by a close friend, and because she had a need for looking at some processes in her organization. So I think this week is actually the 3rd week that I started working with her, and within those 3 weeks, we have been able to accomplish a lot as far as how we tell the story and the impact that Daily Bread Distribution Center has had over the past 25 years. So of course, we launched a new website. We have a new GoFundMe page out, and we actually being a bit more active on social media and speaking to the community and letting them know as far as what the impact they're doing. So as far as our 25th year anniversary gala, we have decided to call it a legacy of impact, but not so much focusing on us, but focusing on ourselves, the volunteers, the donors, and the sponsors that have helped us over the years to actually reach this 25-year milestone. So it's a legacy of impact that we all are leaving in the Central Florida region. Once I found out the true mission of what Miss Maggie was doing, and a lot of it somewhat was hidden. She's been helping, she helps over 8 Central Florida counties. She partners with about 30 different agencies to actually pick up food from the center and go distribute it back to their communities. So that's powerful work. I mean, on an average month, she's distributing over about 1.2 to 1.5 million pounds of food
that's a lot of food.
every single month. So those stories are not really getting out. So what we're about to do is focus more on telling that story and telling the impact that this organization's having, of course, because of our great volunteers. I mean, for example, yesterday we had an amazing event. It was supposed to last an hour, went over to 2 hours, distributed almost 90,000 pounds of food in one day.
Okay.
In one day.
Miss Maggie, and what made you decide this is the first time you're doing a gala, from what I understand?
I don't know. It was
What
just
you've been waiting
time.
for the
It
last
was-
25 years?
And like Rudy said, it was never about being seen. It was just about doing the work, But after 25 years, I think it's just time. It's time to get out and let everyone know what we're doing in the community, and see if we can get some help, so that we can continue to help the community. We're very grateful for the work that we do. We're grateful that we're able to do it. And again, like Rudy said, we're grateful to our volunteers, our sponsors. This work is not easy. It's very hard. It's very difficult, but it's definitely worth it, especially when you see the smiles on the children's faces or a homeless giving hope to a homeless person. It's definitely worth it. It's worth getting up at 4 o'clock in the morning and going to sleep at midnight, and getting up again, doing it all over again. It's worth it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rudy, the gala, where's it gonna be? And if people right now want to support you, beside go to Fund Me, and how they could reach out to you a little bit more if they're not going to the gala, if they want to donate for that purpose, how could they do that?
Absolutely. Our website is definitely the most direct source. Once you go on the
What
website.
about the people that is literally with a computer?
Well, okay, so
Yeah.
so basically you could just send us a text.
Okay.
Just from a text message.
Do you have a number?
Correct. Okay.
Go ahead, give us.
Yes,
the
they
number.
they could send a text to 407-900-1829. 407-900-1829. Just send a text with the word gala, and we'll give you information that you need. Or if you're looking to volunteer, text the word volunteer. If you're looking to donate, text the word donate. Whatever the need is, just send us a text, and then we'll respond to you and guide you if you're not able to go to our website.
Once again, can you give out that number again, please?
407-900-1829.
That's 407-900-1829. If they want to if they want to text, if they want to donate, contact you guys. Would there be a live person that they can talk to?
Well, for a live person, you could always call Miss Maggie directly. So this is just for texting.
Okay.
Correct. If you say someone, is not so tech savvy, but if they just want to speak, they could just dial Miss Maggie at 407-730-7966.
Once again, can I have that number again, please?
407-730-7966. That number will ring directly to Miss Maggie.
Okay.
I'm waiting on calls.
Well, this is well, you could start right now. So anybody wanted to talk to you, and once again, with the gala, if somebody want to sponsor a table for the event, so how did they go ahead and do that?
Okay, so they can either text or call the number, and we'll send them the link for the event. It's taking place, like I said, August 9th at 7 to 11 p.m. at 125 North Lakeshore Drive, which is located in Ocoee, Florida. So they can, again, either call us directly, 407-730-7966, or they can text 407-700-1829. 900-1829 to get that information. We'll be happy to assist.
And for those who are tech savvy, just go to our website and you'll see it. We have a page for the gala and all the packages as far as sponsorship opportunities. And also when you click on it, it'll take you to our Eventbrite where you could actually purchase tickets if you choose to do so.
How much is the ticket?
Right now, we do have an early bird special. That tickets are $100 until July 11th. As of July 11th at 7:01 p.m. I believe I said it. That it'll be $125. But from now to July 11th, it's $100, and it's going to be an amazing night. We have Success Junior. A lot of people probably know him from social media. He will be our host, and also he will have a special performance there. We will have a silent auction. We have some amazing stuff to give away. We don't want to let it all out yet. We just want to tease it a bit. Correct.
Tease me, like a lady.
We have some wonderful stuff that we will have a silent auction. In addition, we may have some nice resort type private national trips and international trips.
Don't say too much.
You're right. I'm saying too much. There will be a lot. It will be a wonderful night to honor all our volunteers, their donors, sponsors, and even the families have some of the families that we serve, have them in the audience as well, in attendance, to actually celebrate this beautiful milestone and to continue this work for the next 25 years.
Well, I think it's very beautiful what you're doing. Tell me, what part of the city are you in? And secondly, approximately how many people do you serve throughout the year or month?
Very good question. As I alluded earlier, on average, we provide about 1.2 million to 1.5 million pounds of food on a monthly basis. For example, our latest event yesterday, I was scheduled for 1 hour. We went over 2 hours because we had so much food to give out. We ended up serving, was it 227 families or 77?
277
77 families, in addition to 30 of our agency partners. Before the families came, they came with their trucks, took food from us to go distribute back in their communities.
Now, are you serving primarily the Haitian diaspora, or is it across base? And who are some of your partners?
Real good question. Well, as far as the partners list, I'll let Miss Maggie run down that list. But to answer your question, the first part, no, it's not only the Haitian community we serve. We serve 8 counties in Central Florida. Anyone that needs food, any organization that want to partner with us, they could just give us a call, sign up on our website to actually come pick up food, take back to their community. Yeah, go ahead. So some of the agency partners?
Oh, we have one right here.
Okay.
Deliveries from the heart.
Boy,
We have a whole
okay.
lot of agencies. We have Mount Sinai. We have some commissioners with us that picks up food. So we serve a large variety of different partners. Yeah.
And just to point out, I mean, although Miss Maggie somewhat have been with her head down doing the work and not publicizing herself much, she has made some great partnerships. Speaking of Walmart, Publix, Whole Foods, Trader Joe's, Farm Share, a lot of great organizations that actually help and contribute to our cause to actually help serve the community. And we even have a partnership with Google. So there's many opportunities for others to join us in the mission that we're doing. So it's just now we letting it be known that yes, we need your help. We want you to come on board. And also, I want to make a quick point, because last night, Miss Maggie, we made a post on Facebook regarding, although we had the event yesterday, lasted about 2 hours. 2 hours later, at about 3:30, we had families still coming to get food, and we had to turn them away. So that really broke our heart. Why we have to turn them away? Because at our current location, we don't have the capacity to actually store food. So the way we do our distributions, delivering over 1.2 million pounds of food a month, is on the day that the truck delivers the food to us, that same day we give everything out, because we don't have the capacity to store it, because we're just not that big yet. So part of the mission, part of the dream that we're looking forward to in the next year, God willing, is to actually have our own warehouse space where we'll be able to store food, so folks can come get some fresh food, and then we could have multiple distributions versus just only once a week.
Okay, very good.
I have a question. Hi. So what happens? So like with the scenario yesterday, I have 2, but with the scenario yesterday, what happens when, you have all this food left over? What do you end up doing with that?
Well, that normally doesn't happen. So yesterday's scenario was we did not have anything left over because we had to give it all out because we don't have any place to store the food. So what I was saying is we were turning families away 2 hours after the event. There was still some people coming looking for food.
Oh, I see. I got it the other way. But I also wanted to ask Miss Maggie. So you said your family were in the same business as you were growing up. So I'm just kind of curious, is it the same kind of business that you just took it to another level? Was it the same format, same setup, but you just took it to another level and you taking it over?
Kind of, because my father would actually go grocery shopping and go door to door and ask people if they were hungry, and he would befriend them. My father would go to Disney, and we were on his yellow Monte Carlo. I can't forget that. And he would give people rides home. That was just his mission, helping people. And again, I used to think, what is wrong with him? We want to go home. But we couldn't go home until he finished serving the last person that was in need. He would go to bus stops and pick people up and take them to their location. Now, this is back in the 80s. This is not something he'd do now, of course. But that was my father. So, of course, we took it to another level by God's grace. But it was never in my plans, So I'm just grateful to be able to follow in his footsteps.
I want to go back to the gala.
Yes,
I mean,
sir.
that's going to sound really exciting. You're going to have dancing, right?
Yes, indeed.
All right.
Live
Okay.
performance.
Well, I'm an old school, and even though my grandmother and my grandfather's Haitian, I'm kind of out of the mix.
Okay.
So you need to let us know some of the old school guys like me in the audience. I don't know the personalities. Tell us something about the personalities, the person who's going to host the type of group, the type of music. Because I want to be there. I want to get my ticket now. I want to go and start dancing, man.
Correct.
Come on, man.
Get all the Muslim brothers come.
I don't
We got tables over.
I don't know if they're going to be dancing with me, but I'm going to get them. I'm
Good.
going to dance.
Bring 'em.
You can't have no liquor though.
You're Muslim.
Yes,
Assalamu
absolutely. Yeah. Wa alaikum salam. All right. So we got that going.
Yeah. Tables are going fast.
All right. So he's going to tell us a little bit about the group.
Correct. So basically, the gentleman that's hosting is a very young, successful Haitian influencer and comedian as well. Most of his content is on social media. So he's very popular amongst the younger crowd and also the Haitian community as well. But still, the theme of the night, like I said, is going to be legacy of impact. So throughout that night, we'll be speaking of the impact that the work that we've been doing is having on the community. So that will be what's highlighted. And as far as performance, we also will have a DJ that will, of course, could spin some old schools and new school, and also have a live performer as well.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you. Sounds exciting.
Yes, indeed.
All right, the music is playing, so that means we got to go on a commercial break. When I come back, we're going to come back again for Miss Maggie with Miss Maggie for another 5 minutes or so. She wants to hang around. And I heard Rudy said it. Rudy, we need a building.
Indeed.
We need a warehouse.
A warehouse, not just a building.
So, not just a building.
A warehouse.
And hopefully y'all going to sell some hot meal too? If you got a better place?
Oh yeah, indeed.
Okay.
Indeed.
I just want to be sure before I go. Because I might come there to get me some hot food. Because if it's going to be some hot Haitian food, gosh, that's going to be some good stuff. But anyway, yeah, so if any out there, any politician, anybody's entrepreneur would like to contact Miss Maggie, let me have her, give her the phone again. So we need a bigger warehouse because this is great work, especially when we're in a hard economic cycle. So people need help. Okay, so go ahead, take it, Jeff. Thank you.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Natasha Cruz, your family nurse practitioner. I run a med spa here in Metro West at 6996 Piazza Grande Ave in Orlando, Florida. We specialize in aesthetic medicine. We have lasers that are safe on all skin types. So if you're looking for laser hair removal, melasma treatment, Botox, or fillers, give us a call, 407-405-6074. Again, the number to reach me is at 407-405-6074. Talk to you soon.
Listening to Inspiration 1680 AM, WOKB Winter Garden, W2640F 100.7 FM Kissimmee, and around the world at WOKBradio.com. Inspiration 1680 AM and 100.7 FM Kissimmee.
Now, a major upset in Tuesday's Democratic primary. New York City Democrats voted, and the majority chose not to give former Governor Andrew Cuomo another shot, but rather support Zohran Mamdani in the party's mayoral primary. The Mamdani is favored in the general election. He does face tough competition from multiple independent candidates in a potential five-way race, and that includes independent Mayor Eric Adams. A new COVID-19 variant called NB.1.8.1 or Nimbus is being nicknamed razor blade throat due to its association with severe sore throats. Doctors in the UK, India, and other countries have identified this painful symptom along with typical COVID signs like fever, cough, and a loss of taste or smell. The World Health Organization reports rising cases in Southeast Asia, the Eastern Mediterranean, and the Western Pacific as of late May. I'm Sybil Wilkes. Be informed.
AURN News.
I'm Ebony McMorris. The Trump Justice Department has sued all 15 federal judges in the state of Maryland because of a court order pausing deportations for 48 hours if someone files a habeas petition, essentially asking not to be snatched and sent away before getting their day in court. The standing order issued in May by Chief Judge George Russell III was meant to stop the chaos created by Trump's blitz of mass deportations, many happening without notice and even after business hours. But now Trump's DOJ is calling it unlawful and anti-democratic, accusing the judges of blanket overreach. Here's what makes this unprecedented. The Justice Department typically defends judges, not sues them. The administration is turning the courts into enemies, especially as rulings from Maryland continue to halt Trump's executive orders on everything from mass firings of federal workers to cutting health care. Many are calling this a full-on constitutional crisis.
Thank you, Jeff. Welcome back to the second of our show. We have another hour. We're going to have a few more minutes here with Miss Maggie. You give me a feedback. The Daily Bread Distribution Center. Miss Maggie, you know you've been doing this for a while. And like I said, certain things, it takes somebody the heart and the passion. And you're feeding a lot of hungry people. You help a lot of churches. It takes someone special to do these kind of things, because you're not on it for the glory. You're not on it for the money. You're not on it to be, like we say this day, viral. But it's to help. So the gala is to keep the organization going.
Correct.
Is to say thanks for those who could afford it, some of your partners, for the great work that they do. So we need the support. And for you, after 25 years doing this, and first time doing a gala, and I think it's going to be very successful. And this is for a good cause. At the same time, you know, you're going to provide some entertainment and display, hopefully, Rudy, the technical guy here, going to have some good videos, some of the great work that you do. Last year at the other Haitian radio station, I don't have the numbers on me, so don't quote me, Rudy. We give a lot of toys.
Yes, at the gas station, right?
The gas station and the radio station.
And yes, yeah, you did do anything.
Yeah,
yes.
So that's the things that we do for Christmas, and what I gather from that is you had families come in and say, you know something, I'm not able to afford the toys this year, but this has really helped me out, and that's really touching me. So go ahead and about the gala again.
Before I even touch the gala again,
Yeah.
we did over 17,000 families last year for Christmas that we gave toys between the gas station and your place, Voy. We also have a community store where, as our community partners, our agency partners, are able to give vouchers to people that are in need, and they come and they to our community store and they shop for points, not for dollars. So if an item costs like $10 at Walmart, it'll be 10 points at our place. So our agency partners know to give vouchers to those in need. You have families or people that are getting out of prison that don't have access to funds, right? But they'll go to one of these churches or one of our community partners and they'll get a voucher to help them start again. And our place is so small, we really, really need a warehouse size of, a warehouse the size of a Walmart for the access of the amount of stuff that we have. You know, we're paying for 8 storages. We have 8 storages at our place, plus the store, for Stamp Out Hunger. We collected almost 750,000 pounds of food, and we're still distributing this food throughout the community. So our community store is there, to help those in need again, whether it's a family that's struggling, or a family that just needs a little push, or a family that just doesn't have it at all. We're there for them, and we do not discriminate. We don't care about your background, your nationality, your ethnic background. It doesn't matter to us. We don't care where you live, what district you're in. If you're in need, we can help. We will. We will. We don't turn people away based on their nationality or where they're from, where they live. Because certain organizations, if you don't live in that particular county, they'll turn you away. They'll send you to your county. There's no such thing. If you're in my county, you need help, you're going to get help. So that's part of what we do. Again, the gala is on the 9th of August, and it's going to be from 7 p.m. to 11 p.m. at 125 North Lakeshore Drive, which is in Ocoee, Florida, 34761. Again, if you want to attend, you can either text Rudy or you can call me. And the number is 407-730-7966 to call me. And Rudy's number is
407-900-1829.
Thank you.
Once again, that text for Rudy number 407-900-1829. As you see, Miss Maggie could not remember the number.
It's programming the phone.
So, because she's so busy, passionate, not many people she's going to help. On a daily basis, just give me a rundown. If somebody was listening to us for the first time or heard about your organization for the first time, if they want to come in to get some food, what time do you open? What time do you close? Or do you have a certain days? And I know you do sponsor certain event, churches. I think it's the third Wednesday of the month, something. If somebody want to, so go ahead.
Our distributions are normally on Wednesdays.
On Wednesday, okay.
But like I said earlier, we don't turn anyone around because Hunger doesn't have a schedule.
Absolutely.
So if someone comes to our office Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday, we're going to serve them. Our number is on blast at the building. So if someone needs help with food and we're not available, they can call. The phone is always with me.
Okay. Where are you located at?
2532 Silver Star Road.
You said that so fast.
2532 Silver Star Road.
2532 Silver Star Road. That's right behind the Wawa. That's in the corner of John Young and Silver Star. You cannot miss it. Her building is right behind that big Wawa. You know how your guys like them Wawa food. I love them too. They're cheap.
They're right behind it.
They're right behind it. So you cannot miss the 2535 Silver Star right behind the Wawa. So somebody, how did the individual get food in a bag or they bring
so
a bag?
When someone comes to our office and it's not our regular distribution, we make a box of food for them where they get non-perishable and perishable.
Okay. It's not like some places you got to have Social Security and
that's so irrelevant to me because again, Hunger doesn't have an address.
Yeah.
Because even the homeless, they don't have addresses.
Okay.
We don't turn them away. They need food.
Because Some places that do that, is that because they get government funding, they get some government help? Because I mean, you don't have any of that. You just
Correct.
it's just private individual who just donate.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, maybe. I'm not sure. But as for us, no, there's no such thing.
There's no such thing. So they could come in and once again give that address and the phone to contact you.
2532 Silver Star Road, Orlando, Florida, 32804.
Okay.
The phone number is 407-730-7966 or
Or you could contact Rudy at 407-900-1829. He's the technical guy here. So like I say, he'll get all your texts. Make sure all the texts we're turning back to you, and make sure you get, if you want to book a table of 8 people for that gala too. Rudy, go ahead, your last word.
Yes, so indeed. So I mean, just before we mention that, we are also looking for more agency partners. So currently we do have 30. We welcome more agency partners. The goal is by the end of the year to double that to 60. Because we want to have this outreach that we touch more counties than we currently have now. So if you're a church, if you're a nonprofit, in addition, if you're a private business, such as a medical office, an insurance office, an attorney's office, and you have the space or the parking lot space in your office that you would want us to come on site to do a food distribution in partnership with you, yes, that is available. We definitely could form a partnership to make that happen. And of course, that gives you as a business, that gives you some type of reach to the community as well, give you an opportunity to make an impact in partnership with us that already have the history, and you don't have to come up with the food because we have the food available. So yeah, and of course, we're always looking for great sponsors, partnership. Humana is actually one of our great partners on a monthly basis. They make a contribution to actually help us continue. So yeah, so we are also looking for private sponsorship. So last but not least, the gala, August 9th. We are looking forward to seeing everyone there. It's a huge venue. We're seating about, is it 400? 350. 350. So we
another 50 in there.
Yeah.
don't tell the fire marshal. So yes, 350 people, and to have a wonderful evening to celebrate making an impact and to continue another 25 years of a legacy of impact here in Central Florida.
Rudy, thank you so much. God bless you, and thanks again for helping me last year. And also, if you want to see Rudy, he's a great guy. He's gonna be at Radio Panic 4th of July for the barbecue. Yes, Miss Maggie donated some food for that barbecue.
Yes. I'll be there.
4th of July. So once again, Rudy, thank you so much, and I look forward to work with you and whatever I could do. And hopefully, I just put that on my note with all the numbers, so I could announce the gala for you guys. Okay, thank you so much.
Appreciate
and
your
also,
time. Thank you
I
for
want to
having
have
us.
the opportunity, born and breed right here in Orlando, 1%. Ms. Denise, is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. Go ahead, say something. You can't have my studio and not say something. Yeah, she's so
This is like Nina Horn coming in.
Yes.
Go ahead, my dear.
Well, good evening, everyone. I just want to say the work that Miss Maggie do. I became affiliated with Miss Maggie about 2 years ago, and I was affiliated through an agency partner. And working with her, seeing the impact that she's making on the community, wanted me to be involved, or I wanted to be involved more. So now I'm a member of the board working with Miss Maggie. So I'm working to be her right hand. So I'm her support. So we work hard. I can see the impact that she's making on the community. And with the agency partners, we're able to feed more individuals within the community.
Okay. And this is a time for people that need to run for office. Okay. It's not just people who want just their power. Y'all know how I do it. Miss Maggie. Miss Maggie, darling, you got the last word. Yeah, and then say hello to your family. Your husband will allow you to come give me a visit today. And yesterday, I'm sorry I was late. Picking up some stuff.
That's all right. Yes, we couldn't do this. I couldn't do this without my husband's support, So when I'm tired, he's not. When he's tired, I'm not. So we balance each other out, So he's always pushing me and I'm always pushing him. We hold each other accountable, and every day we're at it. Together we're strong. Individually, we're weak. So that's why we stick together to do this work. And I'm grateful to God for giving me such a man that understands me. He understands the passion, he understands the vision, and he supports it. My family who stands behind me, even though they think I'm crazy, like I thought my parents were, when they were doing this. But I thank them for their support and for never doubting me, never talking down, even though sometimes things look rough, they say, Mommy, you got this. So I thank God for that. And I thank my community. I thank everyone that supports our volunteers. I thank God for Rudy, Miss Denise, all of our board. I thank God for everything, whether good or bad. I am grateful. And thank you for having us here today.
Thank you, Miss Maggie. My doors are always open. Anything I could do. Last thing I wanted to say, you heard earlier Rudy mention about a storage, a bigger place. So hopefully God will highly favor on our side too, so she could be blessed with a nice warehouse. But we need something immediately. Immediately. She didn't know I was going to say that anyway. We need a freezer. We need some freezers.
Oh yeah.
So if anybody out there who wants to donate a freezer, who's closing down a business or restaurant, a used freezer, so we could store some food, some frozen food for later on. So go ahead. You could text Rudy at 407-900-1829. Once again, let me be very slow on that number again, 407-900-1829. Or you could contact Miss Maggie at 407-730-7966. That's if you have a freezer, nice large freezer, you're not using it. I have a pickup truck. Miss Maggie, if her stuff is not ready, she could say, hey, Voy, somebody heard us on the radio, and I'll be glad to pick up that freezer.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Miss Maggie. Jeff, go ahead, take a 5-minute.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Natasha Cruz, your family nurse practitioner. I run a med spa here in Metro West at 6996 Piazza Grande Ave in Orlando, Florida. We specialize in aesthetic medicine. We have lasers that are safe on all skin types. So if you're looking for laser hair removal, melasma treatment, Botox, or fillers, give us a call, 407-405-6074. Again, the number to reach me is at 407-405-6074. Talk to you soon. Hey, ladies and gentlemen, this is Natasha Cruz, your family nurse practitioner. I run a med spa here in Metro West at 6996 Piazza Grande Ave in Orlando, Florida. We specialize in aesthetic medicine. We have lasers that are safe on all skin types. So if you're looking for laser hair removal, melasma treatment, Botox, or fillers, give us a call, 407-405-6074. Again, the number to reach me is at 407-405-6074. Talk to you soon.
Joshua Giles Ministries presents NATO Conference 2025, July 9th through the 12th at the Kia Center in Orlando, Florida, featuring Apostle Joshua Giles.
I want a church that is cleaned out, not a mix of your flesh. He said, what I'm dropping in this season is new wine.
Bishop Tudor Bismarck.
The devil is a liar, and so is his mother-in-law. I'm coming now in the power of the Spirit.
Pastor Cheryl Brady.
The more he blesses you, the more you ought to say, hide me.
Pastor John F. Hanna.
When you call me, you ain't even got to tell me what you need, because I know what you have need of before you even ask me.
Pastor T. Renee Glenn. Bishop Jackie McCullough. Pastor Jonathan Y.B.J. Miller. Pastor Ty Tribbett. Naomi Rain. Chandler Moore. And so many more. Seats are filling fast. Register today at mantle.org or joshuagiles.com.
Looks like it's time to call GNR Security. GNR Security is dedicated to providing private security service that combines quality performance with value pricing. GNR Security provides armed and unarmed security guards for apartments, churches, car lots, and much, much more. GNR Security is regulated to ensure the interests of the public are adequately served and protected. Its officers serve in positions of trust, making sure that the agency is of good character and is not a threat to the public safety and welfare. It's founded on the idea that maintaining satisfied customers is essential to the financial health of the organization. When it's protection you need, call GNR Security today, 407-953-3622. That's 407-953-3622. GNR Security, keeping your mind at peace. That's GNR Security Incorporated. License.
Lowe's knows that free is just better. That's why Milo's Rewards is free to join. As a member, you earn points towards Milo's money on eligible purchases, get exclusive free gifts, and earn free shipping at Silver Key status, all on top of weekly member-only deals. Don't wait. Join Milo's Rewards for free today and start saving more. Lowe's, we help, you save. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Details at lowes.com/term.
Thank you, Jeff. Thank you, Jeff. Thank you for this great audience. Thank you for the first hour and a half of our show. Please support this organization, the Daily Bread Distribution Center. They do amazing work. Don't know how to stress that. Amazing work. If you could go ahead and support the gala. Support the gala for me, because Miss Maggie, she's an amazing lady, and all her team. And I just want to say thank again for being here. But we have probably a half an hour left for the rest of our show. So I'm just gonna, like a torpedo here.
Torpedo.
I'm just gonna be like a torpedo. Sister Roy is back with me. Oh, that's okay. All right.
I'm here, gentlemen.
Mr. Roy is back.
Hello, Twan. Twan Lee's in the building.
Hello,
Twan Lee is in
Amania.
the building. So we're gonna be. It's just so much to cover. So much to cover. So we're gonna be like a torpedo. Okay. With the latest highlight that's going around here, this is another election, the New York race. Sister Warrior, did you see the New York race for the mayor race?
Oh God, yeah. I'm all over that. I haven't made my response yet. It's something I plan to do. I actually tackled on a different subject last night, but oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
This is a historic thing.
Yeah, the Democrat elected Zoraini Mandani, which is from Uganda. Pure radical socialist.
Absolute
To me,
socialist.
I'm just, does New York remember 9/11 or what happened in New York? Do you think this guy, he had almost 400,000 votes? He was supported by Bernie Sanders. He's the Bernie Sanders crown. Alexander Cortez. Andrew Cuomo succeeded the race. But this was a very interesting race to me. The whole nation, they feel like they capture another celebrity on the Democratic side. It's like nothing is matter. And you listen, I went to look at this guy's background. It's very scary. If you have an opportunity, he's serving in the New York Assembly. He's been a citizen since 7 years in the United States. So what happened to Andrew Cuomo in that race?
Well, I'm going to have to say this. The Democrats definitely failed in that aspect where Andrew Cuomo has such a bad rap. First, the Me Too situation, and then how he handled the COVID situation. Mm-hmm. They needed somebody stronger, they couldn't find somebody better to run, because what we have right here is the people revolting against the establishment. And what they're doing is that they have essentially put this socialist, full mask off socialist in the position where this person could potentially become the mayor of New York City. I mean, in my opinion, New York has really fallen. It's not going to get better. All this person wants to do is give away free things. I mean, he's even looking to give away free bus rides to people. That's how bad it is. This is New York falling. And the Democrats, they should have had a better plan as to running Andrew Cuomo.
Okay. Dr. White, how do you see his race against Mac Adam in New York, Zoran Madani, against, I hope I'll pronounce his name right, Zorani Mandani. How do you see in the general election against Mayor Adams?
Well, I think, first of all, Madini, background is from Uganda. He's a Shiite Muslim. And I think Sister Warrior is absolutely right. It's a representation of the people going against the establishment. Cuomo was supported by Skinny Al. Al Sharpton used to be Fat Al.
Cuomo didn't have no business in that race. I'll be honest with you.
But it's really a rejection of the establishment. Now, for the other side, Adams, I think Adams has a good chance of winning.
Okay.
All right. The reason for this is that the African Americans, that's going to be the one that's going to come out.
But remember, Adams is running as an independent.
That's all right. That's okay. All right, because New Yorkers is a very interesting breed. Surely everyone talks about the liberal cats of them, but you have a strong independent element there. And Adams represented this. He has a strong foothold in some of the areas like Brooklyn, Harlem, the Bronx. All right. AOC, she has a small area, but Adams, I think that he has the chance to pull it through. He is sensible. He is going against the establishment. And even though Madini says that he is not establishment, he is part of the machine because AOC is also part of the machine. She ran as a progressive at one time, but she's far from that. So I think it's going to be a very close race, and I think really that Adams may pull it out as an independent.
As an independent.
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. Do you want to add anything to that, Amania?
Yeah, I'll add to that. And I think the general, I mean, it's going to be exciting stuff, friends. But I do think Adams can pull it off. And I say this because I think people will remember when the last time, they were in situations, they'll remember when New York City was in really bad shape. I mean, back in like the 80s, people, you couldn't ride the trains. You couldn't do this. I mean, it was in bad shape before Giuliani came in and did some things. So those people, they will come out to vote because if you show it that this Muslim socialist is going to really not really represent the people in this way, Adams is going to have a better shot, and I think people will come out and vote for him, regardless of independents, Republican, Democrats. However, they're going to see Adams as a better candidate, not only because of that, but because he stood up against the Biden administration for the people, trying to get rid of the illegals, trying to get law and order back in play. People are going to see that. They're going to see a stronger leadership role in Adams. And I don't think this guy who's just an assemblyman or whatever he is going to be able to pull it off. Even though he has revved up the young base, the young socialists, everybody who wants free stuff, he's got them going. But I think Adams might be able to pull it off.
And also there's something else, and that is, I don't know if you heard him today, they asked him in an interview that if Netanyahu had visited the city, if he visited the city, what he would do. He said he would have him arrested. Now, remember, New York has the largest Jewish population of any city in the United States, all right, outside of Miami. That's very something. So therefore, by him saying that alone may knock him out. all right, financially, as well as the vote, because whatever you believe about that community, they're very strong and rooted. Crown Heights and those areas, that's Jewish center. All right, so that may push him out. And I also Adams is a real New Yorker. All right, I think he represents the roots of the city.
Well, let me break down his vote. Hispanic and Latino, you get 30% of the vote. White and Caucasian, he get 35%. Black, African American, he get 20%. But the largest population of voted for him is Asian and Muslim with 58%, and other multiple is 29%. So
and that Muslim community needs to be divided because he is what a East African, which really means that his family migrated to Uganda. All right, and that community over there has a terrible history of usurping jobs and opportunity and business development from the homegrown African community. I've been there. They're all over Uganda, Kenya, Tanzania, and so forth. So we have to look carefully that African Muslim community, they're going to vote with the African Americans. All right. And that Asian community, that's kind of suspect either also in reference because it's not monolithic. It's much more diverse than what we think.
Okay. He's you say he's a Shiite Muslim, is that correct?
Yes, he is.
Okay.
What does that mean? What does that even mean?
They have Sunni and Shiite.
Well, the Shiite Muslims are the ones that the United States so greatly dislike in the administrations. For example,
that's what he is?
Yes. For example, the Muslims out of Iran are primarily Shiite. They're much more aggressive in fighting for what they believe, and they fight. They don't. I think it was a comedian said that you don't bother Shiite Muslims. You say you're going to kill them. They said okay.
Well, another history of Iran. We'll come back to the Shiite Muslim too. They also mix with the Roman. So a lot of people. That's another part of history people forget.
Well, the whole area.
Yeah.
I mean, the whole area was part of the Ottoman Empire.
Yeah.
And remember, what is now called the Middle East used to be called Afrique, land of the blacks. And when the invaders came in from Rome, and they were invaders, all right, and they integrated and took over and changed actually the millennium, the color element of the people. So they became lighter as opposed to the originals who were much dark people, like we are.
Okay. Jeff, I got this clip real quick. Let me send it off. Let me know when you're ready. Okay.
That man's name is Zoran Memdani, and he just might be the next mayor of New York City, God forbid. He is a radical extremist, and this man is dangerous. The craziest part about it is he's surging in all the polls. If you don't go vote, he will be the next mayor of New York City. Do you understand what that means? The vote is this Tuesday. If you live in...
Yeah, that's another thing. Very radical. So how did New York get to this point? You're from New York, Dr. White.
Well, first of all, I mean, New York has always been
you've
always
there.
Been to the left.
Okay.
I mean from Mayor LaGuardia. It's always been like
this
that.
guy to be nominated
What he banked on is that New York has one of the largest immigrant communities, especially from the region of the world where he's from. So, like any other immigrant, he banked on that. I mean, and he was able to solidify his influence and power to speak a certain language that community wanted. And that's why the immigration laws have to be curtailed, all right, so that we know who is coming into the country, that we can put some brakes on it, because if not, the whole area is going to be completely changed
Okay.
from what you want.
And I say I hope this guy don't get any further. But Dr. White and Sister Warrior Twan, the highlight for this week, the bunker buster bomb GBU 57, 30,000 pound was dropped on Iran. For the past president, from Bush Senior to Bush, Obama, Clinton, Obama, Biden, they all had a tough stand that Iran could not have a nuclear weapon. Donald Trump have the leadership, keep his word. I know the conflict between Israel and Iran. I know last week when we talked about it, Sister Warrior and Dr. White, they didn't want the involvement of the United States in that conflict, but this has had to be done. With Iran in the region, develop a nuclear weapon, with all his neighbors chanting death to America. It seemed like this mission, the 36-hour mission, was a very successful mission. I learned today the GBU 57, that bomb was developed 15 years ago, specifically for that. This is something I didn't know.
Well,
yeah. This is the first time that we used GBU 57. As a matter of fact, the Chinese went to get some of that debris to study the bomb. The bomb actually surprised China and Russia because of the impact that they have. Iran was 7 months away from building a nuclear weapon. But you look at the way this mission was achieved, was accomplished. I'm glad our soldiers are safe. This was a genius mission.
Mm-hmm.
You look at the trip of President Trump to the NATO power. Now they all agree to pay the 5% GDP. They even call him daddy. So they call him daddy. The chief of NATO, call him daddy.
Yeah.
You see how
him daddy. I mean, they haven't done nothing on their own for a long time.
absolutely.
So him daddy.
But you look at the different leadership, all the past presidents from Bush, they all talk about it. Kamala Harris, but it was all talk. Today, if we had the president like Donald Trump on the past president, Kim Jong-un would have a nuclear bomb. So I know, Amania, you were against the United States involved in this conflict.
I want to clarify.
Okay.
So what I am against is boots on the ground. That is what I'm against. I'm against our sons and daughters going to be killed in a war for other countries. This I got no issues with.
But
from afar like this, I got no issues with us doing what's necessary. My problem is boots on the ground for our people to go out there and die.
But you see the president, there's a peace between Israel and Iran.
Yeah.
And also the president today is a breaking news. Donald Trump was very upset last week when he trying to break a peace accord. Even this is the first time in the U.S. history where a president tells Israel, F you, use the F word.
Well,
on both sides. That was very tough language, and he was very passionate about this.
Yeah.
Dr. White,
first of all, I disagree, and I still hold on to my position. I don't believe in aggressive wars or action against any sovereign state.
Okay.
I don't know how successful it was, even though we hear that it's successful. And I'm going to put my argument out there. First of all, uranium, there was no leakage. Now, remember,
that's a preliminary report. That's a preliminary report.
Let me finish.
Okay.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
When we talked about, remember, Ukraine was hitting Russian nuclear sites. And everyone was talking about this cannot happen because there will be leakage. All right, there's no leakage there. All right, that's very important. Secondly, um, Israel has between 150 to 400 nuclear weapons, and they haven't signed any treaty. All right, and they are the biggest purveyors of violence in the area. This whole element, and I'm going to stand with many of my MAGA friends who believe like me, that that whole element of Israel and we protecting them and doing things for them is not in the interest of the United States. No way. And by attacking a sovereign state, it's going to create elements of hostility and other elements that's going to create an escalation in the development of nuclear weapons, because now other countries would say, well, I better develop something, because if I don't develop anything, the United States will hit us. The United States has not hit North Korea, right? We haven't hit Pakistan, right? All right. And other countries that are developing. This is a bad precedent. I love what the president is doing and everything else. But this is the element, this one thing that I have to go against, because it doesn't serve the purpose of our society. It doesn't protect us. And again, Netanyahu has been saying the same thing for the last 35 years, that Israel, 7 days away, Israel, 5 months away, Israel, 3 weeks away from nuclear, from developing a bomb. Look at it for yourself. The story, I mean, the evidence is there. And the only reason he pushed the United States into this is because he is actually a war criminal. People don't like him. And once he steps down, he will be put in jail.
Okay.
I'm not finished. Okay. All right. Now, along with this, that Israel, right? We have to stop putting ourselves in a position of be fighting their conflict. In fact, I'll put it this way. Netanyahu, in many respects, when it comes down to foreign policy, he seems like he has more influence than our own president in some areas on this issue. And that story needs to be told. Yes, we're members of the GOP. Yes, I like what the Trump is doing overwhelmingly, but this is not the way. This is a wrong way, and it's going to come back. And the reason why, the reason why Israel called for the ceasefire, they were getting their backside beat completely. They called for it. All right, and they have never been in a position like this before, whereby a country punched back. And remember, just before they called for the ceasefire, they had 7 to 10 days worth of weapons left. And we didn't have any to give them either, because most of ours has been utilized in Ukraine.
Okay. All right. Okay. Go ahead. One.
Well, I'm here today because from the follow from the last week, and I was disagree with Amania and Dr. V, but I don't have time to talk about it. And what President Trump doing is one stone for 3 birds at the same time. And I kind of see that because Israel is in a war with Iran, not us. But President Trump had make a very smart move. It's not just about us, it's about the world, and it's not just only about US and Iran, it's about China and Russia as well, because we have to do something. US have to do something, because right now the world is a mess. The world is a mess. That's why United Nations called President Trump a daddy, because the whole entire world is a mess. The Ukraine and Russia is a mess. The Chinese and Taiwanese is going to be conflict continue going. And then the China is behind the Iran right now. And China really want to push Iran into a war. And China is using Iran because for the problem. What President Trump doing is showing the China that, hey, whatever you try to do, we know That's why President Trump don't want Israel to kill the leader of Iran, because it's a negotiating table. I mean, it's very easy for Netanyahu to kill to drop a bomb into the leader of Iran, but he didn't do. Trump don't want him to do that because it's a negotiation table. President Trump don't want to put the military in, so that's why we keep him live, so it can be a negotiation. Because President Trump know if he put the military in, it's become a big mess, like the previous war. So he make a very smart move that I was thinking similar to it, but the thing is, I don't have the power of doing this, and I don't expect that President Trump doing that fast. I was thinking like maybe this week, but he make a good move in last week. So let me tell you, China put $400 billion for Iran infrastructure, and China tried to put the nuclear program for Iran because China want to control that Middle East.
But how would we handle it if China decided to bomb Taiwan because they felt that Taiwan was a threat?
China not gonna bomb Taiwan.
No. I didn't say the word, but how would we feel?
Okay,
it would be the same thing.
Look at it this way. Let me ship it back to Taiwan. So China don't want to bomb. Yeah, China don't want to bomb Taiwan because if China bomb Taiwan, Taiwan know the weakness is that the water. I'm sorry. The water dam. So Taiwan, the weakness of China is the dam. If China do that, Taiwan will aim that. U.S. cannot do that, but U.S. can bomb the nuclear because U.S. focused to stop the nuclear program. The war between Israel and Iran, U.S. don't want it, have no interest into it. That's why it's the international stage. This going to happen. Netanyahu and President Trump make this thing happen. So Trump had a reason to bomb that nuclear, and that's all he want. And he want to show China, hey, we have the power. If this power give it to Taiwan, your dam is going to be trouble.
Okay. Let me run down something by Dr. White. Maybe I know Dr. White is pretty good in history, and so therefore,
thank you. As a professor,
I know Dr. White is pretty good.
He's coming with something. He's not giving me
in history. For Dr. White to sit here and say Israel been the aggressor in that situation. Let me remind Dr. White what Iran has done to America. The Iran hostages crisis, the Beirut embassy barrack, the Hezbollah kidnapping in Lebanon, the Kuwaiti embassy bombing, the TWA flight 847 hijacking, the Kobar Tower bombing, the EPA attack on the U.S. patrol, the EPA attack on the Camp Victory, the Camp Liberty rocket attack, Al-Assad air-based missile attack, drone attack. Now, let me remind Dr. White. Hold on.
One thing about the Shah.
Okay, Shah.
The Shah.
Let me remind Dr. White something. Dr. White, Iran was supporting the government of Assad, which is Syria, Lebanon, Hezbollah, the Houthis, now the Yemen. So this is what Iran was supporting. And you had President Barack Hussein Obama give $1 billion to Iran. So now Iran was 60% uranium. So therefore telling me to let this thing go, not to prevent Iran building a bomb for the security of America. Where were you, Dr. White, when Iran was bombing all this air base, when supporting the Yemen, supporting the Houthi, the Hezbollah, supporting Hamas, destroying Israel on a regular basis? Imagine if it was America and Cuba was sending missiles to Florida and Orlando. How would you feel?
First of all, you have to look at the Shah. Remember, before the student crisis, the United States overthrew the country, the leadership of Iran, and put in their puppet, but
in 1979.
No, put in their person before that, the Shah. All right. And the Shah was nothing more than a puppet for the United States and the UN.
But we had peace. We had peace, Dr. White.
No, don't say we had peace. The people over there did not have peace. All right? Because they were exploited. They were being
man, in the time there, so we'll wrap it up. Okay. We'll come back next week. We come back next week because I got to eat you up on this. We'll come back next week on this.
Even as members of the GOP, we have differences.
We come back next week. But what the point what Dr. White was saying, I think go ahead and finish it because we didn't have constant attack on Israel like this regime is doing, supporting all this from Hezbollah, Hamas, and the Yemen government.
I'll put it just like this into next week, that Israel, and I understand what you're saying, but Israel is the greatest enemy to peace in that region.
Sister Oya, you got 1 second. We got to shut it down.
Well, what I'll say is that I love what President Trump did. I love that he was able to take out the threat without having civilians die, without having people physically dead.
Thank you. That's that 1 second. Dr. White, you got 1 second also.
I love this show. Come back next week.
It's going to be heated up. The focus is going to be on Israel and the conflict. Twan, you got 1 second.
Hey, I want to come back here next week again because this is very interesting and I like this show now. So,
Jeff, thank you so much. Miss Lady D's already in the house. Hello, beautiful. How are you? And we also have a visitor in the house, in the studio. Thank you so much, Jeff. And thank you, Miss Maggie, with the Daily Bread. Thank you so much.
But by the way, do we have one second here?
We're done. Music is playing.
Okay.
Thank you. That was fun.